because information theory has been shown to undermine the theory of evolution, which is the guarded darling of the materialist secular establishment, which is another whole thing to get into, discussion to get into as to why they guard that paradigm so closely and so strongly, and the conspiracy behind it. Of course, that's a whole other story, a whole other discussion to get into. But this is a misinformation theory. How the scientific establishment and some scientists are going out of their way to keep the public misinformed about how information theory shows that there's a creator behind the creation. Of course, what information theory says that proves that there is a creator is the fact that the information, so specifically organized and prescripted to form the life that contains it. It's not only a plan for that life. The information in DNA is actually like a computer program or an operating system for a computer that causes that life to reproduce itself, to fix itself, to modify itself. Oh, the list goes on and on and on. All the things that the information contained in DNA does. The way that the establishment, materialistic establishment, is trying to obscure this fact is by saying that the definition for information is just bits of uncoded material. To help you understand this, I'm going to make a little illustration for you. It's like if you have a beach full of sand. All the sand on that beach are like little bits. They're not really coded or turned into any pertinent information that tells us anything when we look at it, other than the fact that the beach is there. What the establishment is saying, that information can be added and subtracted in life, in the same way that shells are continuously being ground up in the surf and turned into sand. That is adding information to the beach because more sand is being added to the beach. But that's not the kind of information that is being added to life when we talk about evolution. The information contained in life is more like finding a sandcastle on a beach. Now, in the sandcastle, we do see that there are grains of sand. It's made up of grains of sand, and those grains of sand, if they were not, if you just take them into consideration by themselves, are a type of information. The information is called Shannon information. That's just the grains of sand. They have the possibility of carrying pertinent information. Like if you came across a beach that is totally clear and no one's walked on or anything, you could pick up a stick and you could write down some pertinent information on that sand. You could say, my house is 3 miles south on this beach. It's a red house and has 3 palm trees in front of it. Come on down, we're having a party starting at 9 p.m. Everything's free. That's pertinent information, and that's the kind of information that we're talking about when we're talking about the information that is designed into the DNA. It's not just a bunch of Shannon information, loose grains of sand that says nothing. I hope you understand that. When we look at a sandcastle, we can see that an intelligent source has been there because the sandcastle tells us some specific thing. Of course, it is a design to begin with, but we can see that an intelligent person has been there, and they have created a castle from a design that from the past that mankind used to make. It tells us that something. It tells us something specific about our own past. Relates something to us. Well, this is the same way life also relates and has something specifically to say in it. It is not just a bunch of sand that says nothing. The way biological evolution would really work if we wanted to add information is not just by grinding up more shells on the beach and adding more grains of sand, which really doesn't say anything. If we wanted to add something the way biological life adds something to cause something to evolve, would be like in the sand castle to add another tower or another window or another door to the sand castle. This is adding pertinent information of the type that is added to life that would cause life to evolve from one kind of animal into another kind of animal. And this, as you can see, simply and plainly, can only be done by an intelligent designer. You just can't throw a bunch of sand at the castle and it's going to turn itself into a new part. Now, some might argue, well, you could take wet sand with your hand and drip it in one pile, and it will build up into a pier, a spear, or a tower of a kind. But even in that, you're going to see some intelligent design that a hand is purposely held wet sand and dripped it, making like a stalagmite in a castle. Only on the beach you don't have anything to hold the sand above that one spot other than somebody's hand. You just got open sky above it, so it kind of, even that would show that some intelligent designer has been there to hold their hand over that one spot and make a stack of sand stack up to a high tower. So this clearly shows you the difference between pertinent information that is in the design of life and the kind of information that materialists are trying to argue is the kind of information that's in life, which is non-designed information, Shannon information. Now, if we compare biological life, or the substance of biological life, to a bunch of mud, let's say 115 pounds worth of mud, that mud would not contain any pertinent, specific information that makes up life or makes life what it is. It would have a lot of Shannon information in it, but it would not have any information in it that could construct any kind of life. That information has to be designed in it. That is the kind of information you would find in a 115-pound woman. In that you'd find books and books of pertinent, specific, designed information that makes up a human being.